In this video, we're going to talk about Jason Wynn's last stand with She-Spawn. Is this the end of the Scorched? But with booty like that, it better not be. Alrighty then, this is a comic book review of The Scorched, issue number 35, brought to you by Rated Comics. Let's get to it. So forgive me for being silly, but alright, so previously in The Scorched, Jessica's plan comes to fruition as she plans her exit from the agency because she's under Jason Wynn's control, at least not anymore, but she has to find a way to exit while still retaining her life. So we start off in a flashback. It's a prologue 200 years ago, deep below the Vatican, in a chamber unknown to the elders of the church. A spell was complete. A summons was cast. And from somewhere in the dark void of time, this was one of the earliest times the medieval Spawn knew arcane forces would forever be trying to control his destiny. A hell spawn was conjured up and brought forth. So when medieval Spawn comes up, the elders and the priests ask, what type of savior did we summon? It's a hell spawn, a soldier, a servant of the demon lord Malbosia. Judging by these vestments, this hell spawn was first recorded hundreds of years ago, once known as John of York, missing now for more than 3 centuries. And medieval Spawn, because John of York, that was his original name, that's his first name before, Mark Rosen took over by medieval Spawn, but we still have that story to talk about. So medieval Spawn wonders, what hearsay have you committed? And for the last thing he remembered was assisting some witch maiden, and that was in the medieval Spawn Witchblade miniseries. So in the end, a mystical doorway swallowed him whole, and one of the elders is like, you are where fate has beckoned you, where you will serve under our control and command, and what powers you possess is ours now and forever. And that is the end of the prologue. So yesterday we go back to how a couple issues back in the Scorched, we end off in Mark Rosen losing himself, going cray because, well, medieval Spawn are more connected than we believe they are. So he keeps losing his stuff. He's been living with the spirit of medieval Spawn in his head, and nobody knew how Rosen swore he wanted nothing more than to get rid of it. But when medieval disappeared, Rosen discovered just how connected they really are, that this played with his mental state. And he even goes and tries to attack Overkill, and Overkill is like, you little piece of poo-poo, and he does the Hulk smash without even physically hitting him, but that shockwave is enough to send him back, and it was lucky enough that Mark didn't get killed by that shockwave. And Redeemer's like, okay, that's enough, Overkill, and Overkill's like, get him a jacket next time, because next time I will break his neck. So today, back at the agency headquarters, now Jessica has to alter her plans and accelerate her timeline to get out, and she's so close to getting out permanently, but she has to play the part. And these guards are like, what are you doing? Security protocols have been enhanced, so you'll need to do a clearance check. So she does that clearance check because she has full security access, because she has the trust of Jason Wynn, because he still thinks Jessica Priest still has the bomb implanted in her head. But we later figure out what really happened here, and we know from a couple issues back it's really not the case, but she played the part and she's earned his trust. So she proceeds inside the Executive Information Archive. This place is off limits to everyone except those with the highest security clearance. This is where Jason Wynn keeps every one of his dirty secrets, though if she's wrong, she's dead. But if anyone knows what happened to medieval Spawn, it's Jason Wynn, according to Jessica Priest. If he does know and isn't doing anything about it, it means he's satisfied that wherever medieval is, he no longer poses a threat. And we do miss medieval Spawn, we want his ass back. But eventually she finds what she's looking for, something called the Black Brotherhood. So she covered her digital footprint, took the intel, then headed back to continue her deception. That will give her the endgame, her out, her escape to this life, tortured life, controlled by Jason Wynn. But hey, Bishop's like, not so fast, as a caprice. He lays them hands on her, and Bishop confirms with Agent Lynn, what are my orders? Deliver her to Director Wynn and report her betrayal after you teach her a lesson. And Bishop's like, oh, with indeed I will. And he throws her back and stomps on her. Now, before we go any further in this issue, as Bishop is laying them hands on Jessica Priest, just want to let you all know this video is sponsored by coffee. So if you'd like to buy a boy a cup of coffee, link in description, or donate to the super thanks. But the greatest compliment you guys can do is by liking this video and subscribing to Rated Comics YouTube channel. And also don't forget to check out RatedComics.com for some really cool limited print Rated Comic exclusives to add to your comic book collection. I'll put some of the comic books here on YouTube that you guys can check out. And also, if you purchase more than $50 on RatedComics.com, free shipping, baby. But with all that being said, let's get back into the content. So Bishop's like, what's the matter, Jessica? You afraid to fight back? That's disappointing, but don't worry, I won't kill you. Those bombs, when implanted both of our heads, they're connected. So if you die, I die. But you're gonna wish you were dead when I'm done with you. And Jessica Priest is like, bruh. Back up. You're a fool, Bishop. Overconfident and short-sighted. It's what allowed me to kill you the first time. It'll be what allows me to kill you again. And Lynn's like, I'm tired of hearing all this stuff. You better end her job, do your job, or I'll do the job for you, Bishop. And Bishop's like, man, stay up out of the business. Now, if he was paying attention to Director Lynn, she bleeds black. He would know that's the Viscerator, the Violator sister underneath in that disguise, but he's all up in Jessica Priest's ass. He can't see what's in front of him. So he thinks he can handle her on her own, and Jessica Priest is like, wrong, because the bomb is only active in you, Bishop. Han's attack on me during the mission in China was actually surgery, and that's a reference to the Scorched issue number 32. The bomb detonates on your death. I'll be just fine, but not you, Bishop. You feel that pressure point? That means you're paralyzed. And it'll only last about a minute, but it stops your heartbeat for 5 seconds. Enough for the bombs to think you're dead. And then that explosion, that glorious massacre right there just happens right there. And Jessica Priest walks away, and Director Lynn's initially shocked about it. So Jessica Priest walks away gangster style, like, I told you I'll kill you a second time, and I like to keep my promises, bruh. So later she goes back to the Scorched headquarters, and be frank, Redeemer, Overkill, like, She Spawn, what are you doing here? And She Spawn's like, later. Right now, pack your stuff and grab Rose, and he's coming too. We're going to Italy to get Medieval Spawn back. So later, still at the Agency Executive Information Archive, these janitors have to clean up the mess, and they always wonder why they gotta do that, but hey, they'd rather clean up that mess than go back to Alaska and clean up the other mess. So this janitor is like, I think this lady's alive, and Director Lynn is, and she's also tired of playing the role of Jason Wynn's flunky, tired of wearing this disgusting human meat suit, and she transforms herself into the Viscerator, and she's tired of waiting for revenge. She Spawn did the work for her. She located Medieval Spawn, and she wants revenge on Medieval Spawn. But before she rescues him, the Viscerator will turn this agency into a massacre. And that is Jason Wynn's last stand. Is this the end of the Scorched? Because the Viscerator seems to have full powers, at least, but we will find out. And the Scorched, I love how they have to revisit that, because we want to see some clapbacks and some fighting happen. But that is the end of this video of the Scorched, issue number 35. What you guys think of this comic book? Comment below, let me know. And also don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. With all that being said, thank you again for watching. Until next time.